Hello, everybody, and welcome to the sad result of your bad decisions. Praise the Lord for those bad decisions because you are now tuned in to the Trash Can Extravaganza. Today, I am joined with my boy, BBoy Ant from Brothers of War. What's up, man?
What's up with y'all?
How you doing?
I'm good. Just got off work. Went home, changed, came straight over here.
That's the hustle right now. Well, that's good that you're working right now. With all this COVID shit, I feel like...
I work at a clinic.
Oh, you do?
Shout out Dignity Health.
Oh, damn. He's, what is it? First responder? No, what the fuck do you call them?
I'm
They call you a hero, I guess.
medical office representative.
Tight. Yeah, I'm just a fucking loser with a podcast. Yeah. So, you're a b-boy from Sacramento, Brothers of War crew. How long have you been breaking, and like, how did you start doing that?
Man. Well, I didn't start till my sophomore year of high school.
Okay.
But like, I was always interested in breaking, like, ever since I was a little kid.
Okay.
So when I was 8 years old, I used to try to do the spin-a-rooney, like Booker T.
Hell yeah.
So that was my first move. I mean, you see me doing the rollback drill stop. So
Okay.
That's where I got it from. But then I saw the show Dance 360, and I would always just watch that every day after school. You seen Dance 360?
Yeah, that's the one with tag him in.
Yeah,
Is that shit? Dude, that was my shit.
Yeah.
There was like
I used to love that after school, and I would always just wait for the b-boy, and I was like, some episodes wouldn't have one.
They wouldn't have one sometimes.
This episode's trash.
Yeah, but there were some dope ones. I feel like Legacy was on one.
Yeah, somebody like that was on there. But I know Keenan and Kel was on there. He's like the host.
Yeah, that's right.
But I used to watch that, and then what else was there? You Got Served came out. You know, I was like, this is tight. But I never had anybody teach me. And then I met Aaron. You know Aaron. But yeah, Aaron was breaking since like 7th grade.
Okay.
He was like the cool kid in school. He could break it, all the dances and everything. Didn't nobody else break it at our school at all. That I know of, at least.
You were at Wood Creek or where?
I was at Center High School.
Okay. Yeah. But
it was junior high at first.
Okay.
But I didn't know Aaron even knew how to break in 7th grade. I moved away, came back sophomore year, and this fool's hella good. So I'm like, bruh, teach me, you know? So me and the homies just got in the garage and started labbing.
Who was he learning from? Was he learning from June?
No, he was at Lord's Gym.
Oh, he was Lord's Gym. Okay.
He's learning from his older brother, Adrian.
Yeah.
And Kool-Aid, Leroy, Chris Smith.
Yeah.
I see. Guys.
Okay. And so then that's how you got involved with all them.
Yeah. And then, so Aaron was my first teacher. Our first real
tight.
teacher. And then Aaron was teaching me and the homies in the garage. And then we just got to a point where he was like, I taught you guys all I can teach you. We got to go learn some more. So we started just hitting Lords.
You have a very different style than Aaron, so I'm curious like how that came about. Because like looking at you two next to each other, I'd be like, oh, he didn't learn from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, Aaron just taught us the basics. You know, 6-step, 3-step, what a top rock is, how to do on beat, how to invert. I can't invert though, so him teaching me was actually really hard because he was like the flexible guy with the flow, and I was always like the stiff guy and had to create my own way. So I don't know how we just that's why we ran 2-on-2s for a while so well, because our styles were so different.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just like you and Vince. I mean, you guys' styles are super different. Vince is the flexible guy.
He's a flexible guy. I'm the other guy.
Exactly, I'm the other guy.
And we learned from the same people too. Yeah.
And my first crew was actually Forces of Breakin, FOB. Everyone wanted it to be FOB hella bad. So we made a crew called Forces of Breakin. It was like me, Aaron, homie Nate, Kevin, John Chow.
Okay.
But then John was our popper. So I was like, how are you going to have a crew called Forces of Breakin? We got one popper. It was just so funny.
He just needs to learn how to windmill, and you just pop into a windmill.
John was hella intelligent. Though. You know that one friend that knew everything about breaking but couldn't break? Like he can sit there and teach you everything about breaking, but just he didn't break himself. And then Zebra started doing shows with us like crazy later on.
Yeah. Oh, that's tight. No. And so that was all through your like high school experience?
Yeah, sophomore year started and just never stopped. I didn't take it serious for a long time though. I mean, I was just trying to get better.
I still don't know if I take it serious.
Yeah, I mean, as far as battle wise, like, cause I sucked for a long time, you know. But literally, as soon as everyone started teaching us, like my second week of breaking, I entered a jam.
I think that's a good thing though.
Yeah, hella people were hating on me, but they were like, "Oh, you should wait and get better and get experience, and you don't want to be whack out there." And I'm just like,
I actually think that's the cheat code to get better. Because
I thought so too.
Because like a lot of breaking is like doing it in front of people and like against somebody when it matters, you know. And so if you're just like practicing in a mirror by yourself and shit, like there's only so far I think you can go.
Yeah,
and I feel like if you could break that habit real early, like in your second week, dude, I think that's dope.
Yeah, so I ended up entering with Sydney Patrick. You know Patrick with the hand hops for how long?
You're not talking about Pat, right?
No,
Not secret sack.
Legendary powerhead.
Yeah,
Not him. Nah. That's the other guy from Roseville.
Okay.
And then I entered again like the next month. Peace to the Streets, Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim.
It's like my first
Where's
month
that
of
guy
Breakin.
at? I need to.
Then we got smoked by Morris in June. So
okay. What year was that?
like 09.
Okay.
Maybe. Oh yeah, probably 08. Probably 08 actually.
So was that whole crew kind of like Brothers of War before Brothers of War?
Nah, none of those guys are in Brothers of War. The only guys that are in Brothers of War are just me and Aaron. So after that crew died out, it was just kind of me, Aaron, and Corey. He used to go by Method. Do you know Corey?
I think so.
White boy, real tall. He used to have hella flow. He was super slept on. I
remember.
wish he battled more. He only had one jam and he won it.
That's tight.
And what's it called? I forgot where I was going with that. But yeah, it was just us three. And then for some reason in high school, me and Aaron started beefing, so we stopped being friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
like senior year. So Aaron just did his own thing, and then he ended up when we were at Laura's gym. I don't know why, like Flex Flav. I think you were in Flex at the time, but we always just portrayed as the bad guys and Legendary Steps of the scene, because you guys would show up to the scene, just run the show. Like top 8's here. Oh, 7 of the teams are Flex and Legendary.
Yeah.
You know.
We didn't play that well, I think.
But I mean, you guys were picking up everybody. It was like
yeah,
takeover. It was literally a takeover. So
it was the Walmart takeover, though. You know, it's like
we're gonna take over.
You know what it was? It was like take all the good people from all the crews around, and then it's like those crews either die or another person gets good, and then you swoop them up, and that's like what that was the. Yeah. I feel like that's what Flex was doing.
But I mean, it was working. They became the best crew in the world, basically.
For a hot minute, it was the best crew in the world for sure.
That's crazy that they're like nowhere near as big now.
Yeah, I mean,
but when we're in that phase of like we're out of forces of Breakin, we're doing our own thing, trying to figure it out. I held like Underground Flow. I wanted to go Underground Flow. Real bad.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't cool with them like that though. Like when me and Aaron, like before we started doing 2-on-2s, like we looked up to Marcus and Sam. We're like, let's try to be like those guys. Those two guys are a little bit older than us. They're making the semifinals. They're making the finals in these jams.
Yeah, they were doing a lot.
So we were trying to be like them, because we weren't good yet. So we just try to have a goal at least.
That's good.
But then we ended up leaning more towards the Flex way, because we met Larry and all them, and they were all just hella cool.
Yeah. No,
they swept up Aaron and Corey actually first, and then like I said, me and Aaron weren't even cool anymore. And then we made it good, and then he was like, "Come to Flex, come Legendary, come on." I didn't have a crew, so I ended up just going over there.
Yeah, and I think right when you guys got in Flex was like right when I left.
Yeah.
It was I don't know. That whole situation is something.
I'm talking like same week that like conversations of me getting in, everyone dipped like the day before, and I didn't even know. I got in, and then I found out like, oh, like 13 people just quit. Oh man, I just came in at a weird time.
It was always a weird time, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just breaking drama, to be honest, but it's like I feel like it was a good chapter to be there, and then you know.
Same for me. I mean, I learned a lot from Legendary and Flex.
Yeah. From
June and Abe and all those guys.
Yeah. And I still talk to them once in a while too. I mean, like I feel like we're pretty cool. I actually want to get Abe and June on this podcast someday. Yeah. I don't know if they'd be willing to, but
June's really cool. He'd be a good person to pick his brain.
Yeah, when I was living in Oakland, he was actually training a little bit with
Flow Master,
us.
Man.
Yeah, he's psyched. So from there, you guys made Brothers of War, I think after Flex.
Yeah, after Flex.
Right, and so then you guys I feel like you picked up all the people that were like of your like age group, and just kind of dominated the sax scene. And I feel like you guys are like the sax scene now.
Thanks.
You know? I mean, we're like, what other big? I guess there's Underground Flow, but they're kind of like doing their thing.
I just recently got into Fallen Kings too.
Oh, you did? Okay, dope. Yeah. I mean, Fallen Kings is kind of it's like a multi city crew at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like you guys are the sack scene. know what I'm saying?
For a while, like after we flex, it was a weird thing how we got out of flex. The reason we got out of flex was they were doing this thing where it was like, hey, we're all gonna get better for a year, no one entered any jams. And then me and Aaron entered the jam like that week. And then we won the jam though. But then they were like, hell, y'all entered us and you guys are on crew probation. So we ended up just leaving. And then we didn't know what to enter as. So everyone wanted to enter jams as Soldiers of War at first. And I was like, Soldiers of War, Soldiers in War is kind of similar, you know? So I was like, we like brothers, so why don't we just enter as Brothers of War? And then so we ended up just rocking with that. So it was just me and him entering as that for a while. And then we picked up Paul and Subin. You know Paul and Subin?
Yeah.
It was perfect. We had 2 flow guys, 2 power guys.
Yeah.
And then we ended up picking up like a bunch of people after that. V-Flav, Remedy, Kobe. You picked up all the free agents.
Free agents, yeah.
You know?
Dang, yeah, that's right. You guys had you were the Lakers.
Pretty much.
Picking up everyone hot. So that's tight. I am a fan of your style, and I think because I really like the way you compose all your moves, your rounds, and so I really want to talk to you about like how that creative process works. So can you maybe give me a little bit of background about how you make your style?
Man, I don't know. Really more so it's like I learned from Peacemakers, and then it's like I took June's teachings and I kind of just combined them. It was always like take the same move, do it up top, do it on the floor, do it on your back, do it on the freeze, do it on your head, do it in a handstand. So I would always just take that concept and just try to make moves like, and that's what I rocked with. And every time I go out, it's like I try to meet all the check marks. Like I'm trying to hit top rocks at some point. I'm trying to hit footwork at some point. I'm trying to hit freezes, power. I'm trying to just check all the marks. Like I am never gonna go out and throw a full power set, you know, or a full flow set. I'm gonna have a power move in there, even if it's one baby, you know. Trying to just check all the marks. But I mean, I don't really have like a set criteria.
Is there a particular reason you wouldn't just do one straight thing of like power or whatever?
One, I can't.
I bet you could.
I mean, I could, but it'd be basic, like flare swipe, windmill, halo. You know, I just don't feel like it's powerful enough to win a round. Maybe a prelim, you know, throw on a prelim. But I usually enter. I didn't enter a lot of 1-on-1s for a long. Usually it was 2-on-2s and 3-on-3s. So I wasn't really focused on power. I would have had Subin or I usually had power on my team, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I feel like we're in an age where it's not like the one guy is good at one thing anymore. It's kind of like you got to be good at everything now, which I think that's cool. But I'm not against the one guy good at one thing either, because I think it's just more variance to the scene. So
when you have people like Lil G that's doing air flares and drills on beat, it's like,
yeah.
If you're doing, to me, anything on beat, it's okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I guess. So what's your thoughts on like the idea of foundation?
Well, my main base. I was supposed to say my main base is gonna be the beat. I'm gonna try to rock the beat no matter what. And I was heavily influenced by the all style scene because like I like the music better. Like even when I train at the house, I'm not really training to breaks. I usually train to trap music.
Dude, I do too.
Hip hop. I don't usually train to breakdancing music, and
at least not the modern stuff now. I feel like the modern stuff now is like hype, and it's good for the moment. But if I listen to it all day, I'm like not hyped at all to it. And then when it comes on at a jam, I'm like, yeah, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
I personally rather listen to some slower something, you know, something that you wouldn't even hear at a jam.
Yeah, even stuff like the super hip hop I like to vibe to, like Method Man, Busta Rhymes.
Like some boom bap type of shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm usually in the trap music when I train.
Yeah, no, I love trap music actually. I feel like that's kind of hit or miss for some people, but like I think it's a good style of music that makes you like think. Yeah. When you dance, or maybe not think, but it makes you focus more, because you it's not a style of music that you traditionally would just like tune out and fucking.
It's a more aggressive vibe sometimes, and I like that. It's better. It's good for battles.
Yeah.
But I like just songs with words. You know, usually B-boy battles is just instrumentals all night. You know. Yeah. And it's like I gotta do my moves and hit the beats and stuff, but it's like you can't take pictures, stuff like that. Like it takes a total different area for me to rock away from me,
Yeah, that's one point about music nowadays with all the like produced break beats. There's like no lyrics to them anymore, and it like I feel like the lyricism of dancing was like huge for a long time, and now it's just freaking gone.
Yeah, because like, even if you don't know the words, that's still a layer of the music that you can still rock the rhythm of the words.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If you don't know the beat, or if the beat's hella weird, because sometimes the beat's hella weird and it's hard to catch.
Yeah, there's some very weird beats, but yeah, no, I mean, I particularly, I think that when you listen to a song, going to any piece of the song, it has some merit to it, so whether you're going to the beat, whether you're going to like the lyrics, whether you're going to whatever, a horn or whatever, I think you can flow on that in different ways. I was actually talking to Nobody a couple days ago.
Shout out Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon, great House of Dance, and he was saying that that's how he actually trains, is he picks apart the song and he goes, okay, first layer is lyrics. How would I dance to this? Let me just do a whole round of just hitting this stuff. Now, what's the next layer? Okay, it's this horn pattern. All right, how do I dance to that? And then he just goes down the line. What is the snare doing? Boom, try to hit that. And then he'll use, if it's a pretty simple pattern, like a snare pattern and a kick pattern, he'll have his hand doing the snare and he'll have his leg doing the kick, and he just goes down the list of stuff trying to do stuff like that. And so he'll go down the list and just try to do that. I'm like, that's a crazy way to train and really gain your the mic won't really pick it up too much, but just quiet.
Well, it's crazy too, like when you become a dancer, how you end up knowing how to break down a beat like that, because you're gonna hear sounds in the song that other people don't even hear. The little tick tick in the background or something, or the little zoom in the background. Yeah,
there's a lot of little.
I forgot your question. It's about foundation, but the music is like dinner what I base my foundation off of.
Okay.
And I credit that to entering the All Style jams for a good while. Like that's where I had most of my wins, was entering All Style battles.
I don't think I've ever entered. No, I entered one or two. I won one once, but yeah, I think that's probably it. That was a long ass time ago.
I like it because I don't know. I like it just because you get better music usually. It's funner music and you get more energy. That's another thing where entering like All Styles battles compared to B-boy battles, so you're gonna get way more love at the All Styles battles. Even if you're whack, they just show more love. And the B-boys are, it's like no easy props type thing, It's hard to get props sometimes. I don't know why, but I guess the scene's kind of veering away from that. Everyone's been being more friendly now. But for a while, it was really hard to get props. If you got an ooh and ah, you're like, hell yeah, I just killed that.
I think it's names that get more oohs than ahs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if you have homies in the crowd, that always helps.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think it's like when there's someone who's known, then the whole crowd is their homie.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because I've seen some random ass people just kill it, and I'm just like, I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? That shit is crazy. And then no one else is like,
making any noise.
You know what I mean? It wasn't Rock's right though.
Yeah.
I'm like, but he also just fucking, backflipped on his face or whatever. Yeah. That was crazy.
How you dress makes a difference too. Like
that's true.
If you're out there, no matter how tight you are, unfortunately, like if you're dressed whack, some people will hate on you, and they're not going to show you love just because you're wearing Goodwill sweats and some Payless shoes.
I used to do that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But people get hated on for that. I mean, but people are tight. I was at the All-Star Jam the other day, and there was just kids in sweats and stuff, getting no love, killing it. I think he made it to the finals.
Shit, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, what's your opinion about that? Like, do you think fashion should be like a part of the, like the judging of like how someone dances? Because there's some OGs that I've talked to that'll say, yeah, it definitely does, and some people that'll be like, nah, it's definitely not.
I'm gonna say yes, only because no matter how much money you got, you can have style. You can whip up a nice fit, like I've hit thrift stores, man. I've got cheap stuff. I found steals for $1, $2, $5. So you can't have an excuse of like, oh, I'm dressed whack because I can't afford it. Because you can afford it if you just go to the right places.
Yeah.
You can't go to the mall expecting to get a deal,
I think if it fits what you're doing, then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Like I've seen some I've definitely seen some like just outfits that just don't make any sense. I'm like, whatever. But
Yeah, because I mean, you can go out there in a Gucci fit and be hella whack.
yeah,
You know,
like
I've seen it for sure.
Like I guess one of the things I always think of is Freakazoid. I saw him hella long ago. He was battling, I forget who it was, but this dude straight up came in with like a ripped shirt with hella holes in it, and he had a black tutu on. And I thought it was the craziest looking thing ever, and it made him doper.
Yeah.
Like when you looked at him, you thought he was like gonna kill somebody.
Yeah, you really grabbed your eye.
Yeah, it just I mean it's like it sounds like the craziest thing to wear, and you're definitely a crazy person for wearing it, but it's like it fit perfectly with everything he was doing, and I was
then
like,
he does a Lotus air flare to elbow spin on you.
Exactly,
And you're like, what the hell just
yeah,
happened?
I mean to me it was like war paint seeing this like demon looking dude walk in with a fucking tutu on. I was
Well, probably
like,
because he probably was wearing war paint too.
yeah, and well, yeah, he would wear like some crazy makeup and shit too. So, but yeah, when I saw that, I was like, dude, this guy is fucking scary. Looking,
Yeah,
for real.
and then you see the rest of his posse. You're like, damn, that
Yeah.
fool's got a giant mohawk.
I mean,
they're all in black.
they were all about it. So I feel like if what you're doing, if how you're dressing is like matching your character, your style, like it just serves to make you better.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing too. If you feel good in your clothes, I feel like you're gonna rock better. You're gonna feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just gonna be more comfortable out there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's a mental check, I guess, on you because or like I guess it's a mental power for you because you feel good. So now you're not like uncomfortable when you're dancing, right?
And some people it doesn't matter, but like I feel whack like before I go out if I don't like my fit. Or sometimes, you know, if I'm wearing some scrubs and I'm at the gym, like, man, I ain't wearing nothing tight today, but that's how it be.
That's true. Yeah. So I guess kind of back to that question, like, so in terms of like building your style, like, how do you approach that? I guess. I mean, you said music, but like in terms of moves and stuff, like how does that happen?
I'm always trying to create. I think practice without music is important too. And solo practices as well. To me, practicing by yourself is harder than anything. But to not watch footage and just practice with no music, it's going to be 100% creative practice. I used to do it with June all the time. Yeah. We would just sit there for like 3 hours and just create. So then when we do get to real practice, we have all this material to try to train, you know? And now we could try to throw it on beat.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I do that all the time. I'll play some music that's like just down tempo or whatever. It's nothing that's gonna like be crazy, and just try to make stuff up, and I'll just be by myself. So then when I can come and train with more people and it's hype or whatever, I can start throwing stuff. I have material to like practice.
Yeah, exactly. You know? I hate that when you get to practice and you like forget all the material you just created. It's the worst. Do you ever write your stuff down?
I do write down a lot of my stuff. Recently,
it works for some, it doesn't work for a lot, but
I mean, the problem I have is I'll think of something and I'll go like, ooh, it's the dolphin, like, Ninja Turtle flip or something, and I'll write it. And then like 3 weeks later, I read it and I'm like, what?
The heck is this dolphin flip?
Is this shit, dude?
No, I feel I'm the same. I have all mine saved on like a Google document. I have like 12 sets.
Yeah.
But
I got books like this just filled with shit.
Yeah,
so.
Aaron too. Crazy notebooks.
Just hell stuff, and I guarantee you if I read it I'd be like, I don't know what half of this shit is.
I don't know, I tried it, it just didn't work for me. So I'm just trying to really store and push everything. I'm really trying to push the freestyle game, my freestyle game, as far as being able to just rock my moves whenever.
Yeah, that's something I've been actually pushing too, because what I found is like when I'm just so move based, like that's all I'm thinking about. And when you're thinking about moves, you're not thinking about music, and that's like a huge detriment to your dance. So what I've been trying to do is like, if there's a move I wanna get down, is just like figure out some sort of combination that makes sense and just keep doing it over and over to every song. Don't even think about it, just like literally throw the same round every time to different music and just keep doing it. And then once you feel good about that, just forget about the set, and it's gonna happen. And so far that's been pretty successful for me. But you're also at a loss where if you actually forget the set, then just
That happens all the time too. You have a plan and you get out there, it's your turn, and you're like, I forgot the whole thing I was gonna do.
But I think the good thing about that is if you don't have a plan, and you just make sure you're not panicking, you go, okay, well, I've literally been practicing this whole time without a plan. So let's just do exactly what I always do.
Yeah,
and then shit just happens. You know, maybe you'll repeat, I don't know,
but that's how things get created and moments are made, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And so I've been really trying to focus more on doing that more. So I don't know. It's hard to do that.
Yeah, I don't really have too much of a set foundation. I'm always trying to run everything I practice. I try to run all my moves, especially like usually when I get to practice, the beginning of practice, I'm trying to run my power stuff just so I don't get tired by the end of practice and I can't do it no more. You know?
Do you ever just like freestyle and just fall into something and decide that that's gonna be a move now?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
That's the shit I do all. I feel like that's 90% of my moves. It's just crashing. Make it into a move.
I feel like that's most of breaking. I feel like
I used to call my style floping because it was a flop. It was a flow from a flop.
Yeah, no, same. So a lot of my stuff is like, I'm a super transitional b-boy. If you look at my moves, I feel like they're all like a bunch of dope transitions, but with like, I don't usually have a big exclamation mark in my sets, as far as moves. So it's a bunch of commas.
Sometimes that camera turns on. Yeah. So you said transition. You try to do different transitions. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah. So because I can't like do a straight full crazy power set, it's gonna be like 2 power moves to a flow to another power move. You know. I'm gonna try to put something in between my power.
I see.
And a lot of my moves, it's so terrible. Like half my moves are one way, half of them the other way. So I usually have to flow transition and then get to the move the other way.
So, yeah, no, that's interesting. So you're kind of like training both ways in a sense, just out of like
flares, windmills, halos are one way, and then I got webs, swipes, and 90s the other way.
Okay. Wait, what's a web?
I would just call it it's a tap mill.
Oh, okay. I always called those Germans or.
Well,
storm.
Stab to tap. I call it tap mill. But then if you're just doing straight head mills with taps, I call those Germans.
Yeah. Stabbed. I guess I don't know what I called those ones.
Well, I just call them webs. Germans, I only call them webs because they're called webs in the b-boy game.
Oh, that old school PSP. PS Vita? No, PSP. Yeah.
That game was tight.
It was like Tony Hawk for Breakin. And freaking, I remember Benny just could do like 1,090s, and it was just incredible. I was like, just like I forget what you do. Yeah, you just press the button and fucking keep going. And it's like, oh, he just did 20 90s, and it's like, and then it's like, cool, you get 20 points. Like, what? That motherfucker did 20 90s though. Like, and then
and you can still lose.
Yeah, you'll still lose. Yeah, you're against like the Crazy Legs character, and then it's just like. Swipe, freeze. Oh, god damn it, I lost.
Perfect.
Fuck. Even though you hit the 2090s, yeah.
It reminds me of the MC Tricks guy, though. Execution. That's one of those jams and stuff.
That guy's crazy, dude. I love MC Tricks. He makes breaking fun. Because he's just such a crazy person. Yeah, I don't know. He's like a, who could you compare him to in like the celebrity scene? I feel like he reminds me of somebody. Some loud ass motherfucker.
I don't know.
But
Tiny Tim as a host.
Tiny Tim as a host.
Same energy, you know?
Yo, where's Tiny Tim at? Like, so remember that video of the dude that jumps off the thing and like lands on his back? I thought that was Tiny Tim for like a week.
That is.
Is it?
When he jumps up and like he's on like the sidewalk and he starts doing his little thing.
No. The dude that was standing on top of like this. I don't know what it was.
Oh, like they were DJing and he jumps off to the splits?
No. He just jumps and suicides on his back.
Oh
you never seen that viral ass video?
Nah.
Oh shit, I'm sure you have. It's fucking crazy. It was like a couple weeks ago. The dude, he just jumps like and splats on his back.
No, that's
and
an Asian dude. It's an Asian dude.
It's some black dude. And then he like does this crazy drill on his elbow.
Oh man, I don't know. I have to see it.
Oh, just fuck. I thought it was Tiny. It was totally something Tiny Tim would do, and I seen that, and I was like, "Is that fucking Tiny Tim?" And then I don't know. Then he started breaking. I was like, oh no, it's not Tiny Tim, but
It's too organized.
yeah, it was a little too organized. And yeah, but the dude was dope, but it looked like some crazy shit that only Tiny Tim could pull off. Just jumping from the top thing. Seriously, he fell down like 20 feet and just landed straight on his back.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, insane. I can't believe you haven't seen this. It's
I haven't
fucking
seen
shit.
this. You gotta send it to me.
So anyways, so back to your dancing. Can you take me through how you get into like when you step into like a circle? Like say you're in a battle. Can you take me through like what's going on in your mind? What are you trying to get your body to do? What are you trying to focus your mind on?
I've never really got over the nerves of a battle either. Like, there's no other feeling like it, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get up there, they call your name, you get up there, and I'm always just shit my pants nervous, you know? I've never just, it's super fun, though. I mean, it'll always be the funnest thing ever, but just getting up there, I usually just stare at my opponent. I don't take my eyes off my opponent until I go out or he goes out. Pretty much the whole battle. Or my glasses come off because then I can't see anything. But I don't know. I don't really have like cipher wise. I'm really just trying to get in there before everybody else. I usually try to get in with a slide.
Okay.
And then do a quick footwork step and then get up and start my set just because I find myself always getting cut off trying to get into the cipher. So usually when I see my chance, I'll slide in and then start my top rocks for a cipher.
Okay. And so like when you're doing that, you're paying attention to everybody else in the circle and like trying to beat them to get out there. And then are you waiting for a specific song, or is there a certain type of music you want to go out to, or you just doesn't matter to you?
No, I definitely, I'm trying not to go out. If I don't like the song, I'm probably not gonna go out. But cipher etiquette wise, I just hate like trying to go out there and then like everyone's like on the cipher like hella aggressive. It's super annoying, but I feel
cool.
Like everyone wants to dance. I get it, but it's like if you want to dance, I better call somebody out in the cipher, make it worth it, you know?
Yeah, no, I hate those circles where it's just like it feels like
Shark Tank, you know?
It's a Shark Tank, yeah. You want to jump out, and then all these little kids are just running around like, man, I'm 30. Like, come on. I'm 33. I'm too old for this shit. But yeah, it's just like all these little kids just jumping in and like freaking going for it. I'm like, hey, if you like the song that much, go for it. But I don't.
Battle wise, if I like the song, I'm gonna go first.
I see.
There's some people like if I don't know the song, I'm probably gonna wait and try to get you to go out first. Just stare at you, and I try not to talk. I don't cock in battles. I don't do the cock thing. I'll shoot you with a gun. Like that's my go-to. But to me, the whole cock thing, I don't know. It's just weird. To me, it's a little not feminine, but we're dude on dudes.
I think it's funny, but it's so like everybody knows it's gonna happen. It's like the most generic thing you can do.
Yeah, it's super generic to me. I don't know. I've never been a fan of the whole cock thing.
Yeah, I think it's not. It served its purpose, and now it's out. Yeah. Like if you're gonna do that, I feel like you need to do it in a like a more creative way.
Yeah, exactly.
It was dope because of the creativeness of it back in the day, and now it's like not really. It's not really a burn anymore. Yeah, it's kind of like, oh yeah, of course you whipped your dick out.
Yeah, which is whack. And people do that, and it's like, bro, you're battling a little kid this battle.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, the police are standing right there. They're coming for you, dude. Yeah, don't be cocking little kids.
Or like if you're battling a girl and you do it, it's just like,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's got a whole different meaning.
Always got weird vibes from. I mean, it's literally called the cock. It's like it doesn't have a great name.
Or when the B girl cocks you, then it's like, what is going on?
Or even the little kid, obviously.
Or the little kid, it's like, hey, dude, I'm not gonna be a part of this. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Those are always the hardest people. Like if you get a kid or a girl, your first battle, that's always your hardest battle usually. They get so much love that first battle.
Yeah, they're gonna. And nowadays, the little kids are like insane good. Like you don't know if they're gonna hit 50, 90s against you.
Well, there was a Hmong jam last year. I don't know why I called it Hmong jam. It was Hmong New Year, I'll say that. So there was a bunch of Hmong people there. But there was this little, a bunch of people from Japan came, like top-notch B-boys, like B-Boy Shadow, and this dude that does the move, he does a backflip to air chair.
Yeah.
Looks sick. But they brought like 4 kids with them. They're all incredible. Head spins, 2000s. Like, so thankfully I didn't have to battle on them and get smoked. But
yeah, that's the battle where you just go like, you got me. I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose to the little kids today.
You just gotta battle smart.
Yeah. What? So actually,
that's my main thing. I feel like, and that's why I learned a lot from Flex is battling smart and strategy.
Yeah.
I feel like I got a lot of wins that I've beat a lot of people that I shouldn't have beat just straight off of strategy and like knowing like this guy's a flare guy. I'm not gonna go out there and do flares today on this battle. You know, just doing stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good topic actually, because in my opinion, I think battling is different from dancing, because battling takes a lot of mental ability, I think, because you can be a great dancer and be terrible at battling.
Yeah.
And you can be great at battling and be an okay dancer. In my opinion, I think battling is about like 60% mental game and like 40% dancing, I think. Or physical, I guess. It's all dancing, but, you know.
And then it's even different for battlers, because some battlers are straight, like B-boys, for example, that are straight set B-boys. Sets only. Like from start to finish, they know what they're going to do. There's no freestyle. They might hit the beat at the very end with that last freeze. But that's going to be it.
Yeah. I think battling, it's like something that, like, you need to really, because there's just so many different ways it can go, right? So many different things that can get thrown. Who knows what's going to happen with the music? Like, who knows what your opponent is going to do? There's so many different variables in it, and like, you need to know how to react to it.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I think like Morris does it really well, because he's not afraid of anybody, you know what I mean? So when he goes into a circle, it's like,
Man's been relevant for like 20 years. So.
Yeah,
He's doing something right.
Yeah. And so like he'll go in there and he's just like, I don't care what anybody else cares. I'm just going to do my thing and do it. And so.
Well, see, Morris is like he's one of those tick for tack B-boys. He's playing checkers with you. So the way I look at it is like, if you do a move and Morris thinks he can do it better, he's gonna do that move and do it better than you. And I hate you for this, Morris, because he'll do that at practice too. Like, he's trying to get on everybody at practice the whole time, which and that's why another reason why he's so good, because he's pushing it 90%, 100% the whole practice. Man's going out. He's going out.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. He's got that like 18-year-old like spirit.
Stamina. Yeah. I made the mistake of like coming to practice one day and being like, I'm gonna get him today. We'll smoke Morris today. And I call him out the beginning of practice and I'll battle him for 2 whole hours.
Oh yeah, he won't give up.
And he won't give up.
Yeah. That's why he's good.
That was my goal, was just to make him quit, and he just didn't quit, and it's 11 o'clock at night and I'm just laying there.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, he won't.
Why'd I do that?
There's one thing about Morris, he'll never give up. Like, I mean, he could be getting smoked too, and he's just like, nope, you're gonna give up before me. So I mean, that's why I think he's so good, is because it's just he's got the mental strength to like win battles. You know what I mean? And that's why I say like, battling is such a different thing. It's such a different beast than just straight, doing a showcase or something.
King's the same way. Trying to call out King at practice, he'll usually battle you until you quit. I mean, sometimes King will quit if he's too tired or if he feels like he smoked you, but it's pretty rare.
Yeah.
So getting to train with since Aaron's like stopped being my partner for like the last 5-6 years, having King there and Kobe and Morris has been like super helpful.
That's dope. Yeah. King, I've been trying to get him on the podcast too. He's releasing some music and stuff, which
he's been doing good.
His music is dope.
Yeah, he's actually like, if it was whack, I would tell him. He's my homie. I'd be like, this track is whack. I'm not feeling it. But a lot of his stuff's actually good. And it's quality.
It slaps.
And then he's got a new track with Nefta Pharaoh out. King Wavy, y'all look him up. He's tight. It's my boy.
Yeah.
And that's my partner now. That's my 2-on-2 partner. You know, me and King have won hella jams together now.
So do you guys have a lot of plans to like to hit the scene hard once it opens up and there's a lot of jams again?
And honestly, no plans at all.
Okay.
I just like, since COVID, the last 2-3 weeks I haven't really been training, but I'm about to get back on it hard. I think myself, I'm going to start pushing one-on-ones a lot more. I usually push the crew, Brothers of War and Fallen Kings, and try to battle with everybody. But you learn over the years you can't rely on people, man. Everyone's busy. Everyone's got a schedule. Yeah. So I think I'm going to try to set up a little tour of jams myself for like a 3-month span at like the middle or end of 2021 and just really push it.
Yeah. That was kind of my thought too. I don't like, because I feel the same way. You can't like trust anybody to like really like bank your plans on that. So it's like you really got to make stuff for yourself. And so my thought was that I really want to take this show to like a lot of big jams. And I'm like, that's a good that's a good reason for me to actually go and compete at them. So like
Yeah,
I don't really
if you
care
just
too
had
much
a,
about competing, but
had a microphone to the jams and then just
yeah.
on spot interviews, 2-3 questions. That's solid.
Yeah, no, I want to do that, but I also want to do like full on things with people, especially like that are, you know, in other countries or other states and stuff.
Sure.
So, you know, my thought was that I just go to a big jam, compete at it, get some people in or whatever. So I'm gonna try to do the same thing, make a tour of different jams to go to, so that I can have a good reason to like bring all my shit and get some more stuff. You know?
I've racked up a bunch of points on my credit card, so.
Oh yeah.
I've got a couple of flights I can use for some jams.
Yeah, I got a bunch. I fly a lot for work, so I end up getting a lot of points. So I'm like trying to get out to some places. So.
And UDEF has it set up hella tight. Like top 8 gets paid, top 16 gets paid. Like,
does UDEF even exist anymore though? Because what's it called?
They do. I saw Chris Wright, Cross One, posting about it the other day.
Okay, because that used to be Steve Graham's thing, and he's out.
No more Silverback, which was a huge thing, man. I hate that they got ruined, but
yeah. What do you think about?
That's only one man. There's a bunch of there's millions of people out there that are down to sponsor Breakin, especially Breakin's in the Olympics now, so people are gonna get pulled in.
Yeah.
Investors, whatever.
I don't know all the story behind all that stuff that happened, but it just seems like a damn shame to me.
Yeah.
I mean, like I think they were saying that he was
avoiding taxes or something.
Yeah, avoiding taxes or something like. But
and throwing it to
like,
the B-boys though.
Of course, like if you're like a millionaire, of course you're avoiding taxes. Like
yeah.
like if you were a millionaire, would you be avoiding taxes? I sure in the fuck would be. And so I mean, I don't think he was doing it illegally or anything, so I don't know. And I don't even know if he was doing it to begin with. So I don't know. That's just some shit that rich people do anyway. Yeah. So
I forgot who B-boy Peter Pan was the guy that was pushing the issue.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I remember him from back in the day, and he was like this really crazy conspiracy theory dude.
Yeah, I don't know who it is, but I know that he was getting a lot of hate from the whole scene, which is kind of deserving. You ruined a big payday for B-boys that were making a living off this thing. It
sounds like it was deeper than that, though, because it sounds like he was probably getting a lot of hate even before Peter Pan came out. Oh, yeah, just because it was like, I think what his statement was basically, Steve Graham's statement was basically like, no one is thankful for this stuff, so why would I do it? And like he just bounced out of it. So I'm kind of like,
I completely understand.
I understand that too. It's like,
I just hope it didn't make him hate Breakin as a whole. I hope he's still breaking and likes it himself, because he was like 55 learning breaking. He
was still dope. I mean, he used to break back in like the 80s, I think, and he quit for a long time, did his financial thing, and then got older and was like, hey, I want to do this again. Came back to the scene and was like, oh shit, this thing is dope, I want to throw money into it.
Yeah, people are hella tight now,
you know. Yeah,
it's a whole total different scene 20 years later.
Yeah, no,
30 years later.
Yeah, no, I met him once. He was a pretty cool guy from what I could see, so I got no hate for the dude.
Yeah.
I wish more people that were influenced by hip hop at a young age that are like doing really well now came back and were like, hey, I want to give back to this scene.
Yeah.
You know, that would be great to see that.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of celebrities too that used to break. Like, have you seen the videos of like Vin Diesel?
Oh yeah.
Vin
or
Diesel,
like
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah, Cuba. He could do a 90. He did a 90 in that one movie actually.
Really? I saw him do windmills in it.
Jerry Maguire. He did a 90.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've seen Jerry Maguire. I know the movie though.
Yeah.
But I know he was like a backup dancer for Lionel Richie at like the Olympics. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then what's his name? Carlton from
Will Smith and Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince. Yeah, he used to break. He had
Alfonso.
Yeah, I forget his whole name. Yeah, but he had he was selling. This dude was selling like terrible cardboard, like.
Oh no, I saw that as a kid on Mr. Rogers, right, or something like that.
No, that was another kid. But Mr. Rogers had B-boys on his show too. But Carlton had this commercial on TV where he was selling, like, literally it's just a fucking cardboard box that you fold out.
And you get like a DVD.
It's a high quality premium cardboard like dance pad or something. It was so stupid.
I saw that. I remember that.
But yeah, he was taking money from people. So
yeah, so the opposite of what we want.
But no, I mean, I think that's tight. I think that's tight.
But he was on the come up, at the time.
Yeah,
he was still a little kid, so.
That was way before. Yeah, he was like probably, I don't know, 13 or something.
Yeah, so that was probably more his parents than him.
Yeah, I don't even think he was. I think he was just a kid that could break, and then they were like, "Yo, we want to make money off this shit. So hey, let's get that guy who's like kind of popular who can break be on this commercial." I doubt he was doing anything malicious.
Yeah, he probably got paid to do it.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, if you pay me enough, I'll try to sell some cardboard too.
I mean, I think that's what Vin Diesel was doing in his like video too, when he was breaking. You know who else breaks actually? Russell Peters. You know he's the
comedian.
Comedian,
yeah. Joe Coy too.
Yeah, Joe Coy. Yeah, Joe Coy is friends with like all the Full Force guys.
Ronnie and all the Jabberwockies.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Russell Peters. Like I seen him break. He's actually kind of tight.
Really? I never seen Russell Peters break. That's crazy. It's all funny because when I was my first crew, Forces of Breakin, FOB, we used to watch Russell Peters all the time. Have you seen that one, the B-Lay? Yeah. That one? I love that one.
Dude, he's funny. He's a funny guy. Yeah. I knew him already for his comedy, and then when I saw him break, I was like, holy shit, this dude can break. Yeah. Like, that's kind of tight. Same thing with Common, the rapper. Yeah, he can break too.
Common can break. That's probably why he's bald. He can hit that bald spot.
Yeah.
And just push it
He's
back.
got clean-ass windmills.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got my bald spot coming right soon.
Yeah, my bald spot is pretty wrecked. It's I feel if you don't have a bald spot, you're not
if you're a B-boy
or B-girl.
Welcome, you're gonna get a bald spot.
Yeah.
What's crazy to me is when I see these like Asian kids doing head spins and stuff, and they get up, I'm like, this fool's got perfect hair.
Yeah, it's.
I'm like, what the heck?
It's hair plugs or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Rogaine from age 10. I don't know. I doubt Rogaine works. I think my brother was using Rogaine for a minute.
No, I saw Vince. He was posting this thing. It was for hymns. I know because he sent me the thing.
Okay.
Got me a discount on it. I was like, I'll try it.
Okay. Did it work? Nope.
No.
Hey, but hymns, if you want to sponsor this podcast, hit me up. That shit works for real.
Well, to be real though, I wasn't pushing it like every single day like you're supposed to. So, if I was, who knows?
Perfect.
But Vince said it worked.
I mean until they sponsor this shit, fuck them.
No. Well, if you watch, he made a whole video, cinema thing on it about it. Like he did it for 6 months straight, and he was like watching the progress on his bald spot.
Did it work? I didn't see the video, so I guess
Vince says it works.
Okay.
So.
Well,
he's your twin, so I'll take his word for it.
He lies. I lie, so he's a liar. Dope. So we're hitting 47 minutes right now. I want to talk to you a little bit about your crew and like what that means to you. Because I think of Brothers of War as like a tightly knit group. And I really like the way you guys have like kind of gained this real brotherhood among you guys. At least that's what it seems from an outside perspective. So what I guess what does crew mean to you and yeah.
I mean, crew is supposed to be family. I mean, just family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, some crews are just crews. Like, they're not even friends like that. They don't kick it outside of Breakin. I actually kick it with these guys outside of Breakin. Like,
okay.
King is probably like one of my best friends. Aaron's one of my best friends. I just went to his house for dinner the other day.
Okay.
I mean, it has been a little hard because like Joe Remedy moved to Vegas, Subin moved to LA, so some of us are a little spread out, but we still make sure we communicate.
So do you guys have you guys been like planning to hit any like big jams in the future, like as a crew, or is that kind of like
everyone's kind of really been doing their own thing?
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why I was saying I'm really trying to push this solo thing.
Yeah.
But I really want to do a battle with Subin. Subin's really good, and he hasn't really done any battles in a while.
Is he in Vegas?
No, he's in LA.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a minute.
He's pushing a bunch of content with Dietrich all the time.
Okay.
Seems like at least he's like a professional barber now.
Oh really?
Out the garage, but
he's a garage barber.
Yeah, he cuts.
Hey Subin, I need a haircut. That's tight. No, yeah, I've always thought that Brothers of War was a really good example of a crew. And I feel like more people should see you guys. I mean, obviously, like in this area, you guys have a name, but I'd love to see you guys go out to like New York or something and just like cause havoc and just people know you guys.
Hard to get everybody on the same page, and a lot of it's money, It's like, hey man, save up $1,000, just go on a trip. It's all,
Yeah.
But
it's hard. Like, I mean, with my crew, it's second nature. Like, literally none of them really battle anymore except for Chai and Low once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of on their own thing. And then sometimes I'll battle once in a while, but it's like if we decided to do a crew jam, I guarantee it wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
because
it'd fall apart the last week.
it definitely fall apart. Yeah. But that's just I guess what comes with like as you're getting older, like people just kind of get out of the scene. They get other stuff to do.
And now that I'm getting older too, I really I love my crew. I pretty much battle with everybody. I really needed to do. We have this guy named Zeph. He lives in San Jose. I need to do a 2-on-2 with him. But I want to just start battling with other people. Like I want to get about a jam in with you before we get old.
Yeah, I'm down.
Jam in with Morris. I would like to battle with Filthy. I've always been a big Filthy fan.
Yeah, I don't know where he's at, but yeah,
I think he's back
dope.
in Sac.
Oh, is he? Okay.
But yeah, I'm just trying to battle with all these guys that I look up to before we all get old and we're all in our 40s.
Yeah, and before the scene like starts really changing like crazy. What do you think about the current scene right now?
Well, for a minute there, the B-boy scene was like all the way dead. There was no jams at all.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. But it's coming back. I mean, shout out to Moses One, Skills Over Hype. He's been throwing jams, like really pushing jams.
Mm-hmm.
Now that like COVID was starting to settle, now it's COVID's getting strict again. So I don't know if he's gonna keep pushing it. But he's even got a jam this Friday. He's got, I think Brandon's got one on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So I mean, the scene's coming back. The All-Star scene is sick. There was a jam in UC Davis in like January.
Okay.
There was like 85 entries, all styles battle.
Damn.
But I mean, there was like probably like 200 people there.
Yeah. Every single one enters.
Yeah.
That's crazy when you start seeing these jams that have like so many people entering. It's almost like you need to have 2 jams at a certain point, you know?
Mm-hmm. I know there wasn't that many jams just at the beginning of this year. I want a good amount of jams this year though. Oh, good. I think this is the most jams I've won in
a long time. Okay. Yeah, it's probably the least jams I've won. Because I haven't
entering anything. That's a big difference.
I got a perfect record this year.
I think I won 5 jams this year, dude.
Oh, that's sick. I don't know. Yeah. I probably haven't won that many jams since like 2006 or 7 maybe. That's been a long ass time. Yeah.
Yeah, same. I haven't won that money since like 2012.
Yeah,
since I was with Aaron. Me and Aaron went on a good little like streak.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you guys are on it. Me and Rodney were on one for a minute, and then me and Vince were gonna start doing it, and then he got kind of busy with his YouTube thing.
Rodney is always calling me your name.
Is he really?
Oh. He thinks I'm Kurt all the time. I'm just like, we don't even look that much alike. We have beards.
So.
We're a little like complected, but
yeah, I don't know. Rodney's crazy. That's why.
I love Rodney though.
Yeah,
he was so slept on back in the day. He was so good. I wish he would have really blew up.
Boy.
He was like your time's Tiny Tim, but like even with air power.
He was damn. I mean, he can still kind of get down, but not to the extent that he used to.
Yeah, I mean that's a high level of Breakin.
He was so good back in early 2000s.
Yeah.
When I met him, he already had hella air flares. He was like 16 or something.
Can you air flare?
I had 3 air flares for a minute, and then I kept busting my shoulder. I can probably do 1 right now, maybe 2, but I don't know.
Never had an air flare, man. Gotta get it before I get old. I never really trained it though. That's another thing. I could do like 2 elbow air flares, but never had a regular air flare.
I mean, that's pretty good right there. Like, cause it's not. Well, yeah, air flare is different from elbow air flare, but it's not that different where I don't think you'd be able to figure it out.
I just keep telling myself it's a swipe with no touching your feet.
It's a swipe mixed with a flare, mixed with like almost a 90 almost. You know what I mean? And like kind of a halo.
That's my issue. I keep like going to a 90 on accident.
Yeah. That means you're just probably going a little bit too high. But yeah, I mean, you just gotta. It's really not being scared of it. Like once you fall and you go, oh, that wasn't that bad. Like you get over it, and then you could probably do 1 pretty easily that day. The second one takes a little while because you got to be able to catch it like pretty perfectly
and reset.
Be able to keep going, which that took me a long time to figure out. And then I kept I busted this shoulder and lost them. Then I got him again, and then I busted this shoulder and lost them. And I don't know, haven't really tried getting them back. I could probably hit 1 right now, but I don't know. It's a lot of power moves I've just kind of stopped because it's like
hard on your body.
It's hard on the body, yeah. I don't know. You know,
We're getting old.
it's yeah.
We're all brittle now.
I guess I'm not against trying to get it back, but I think I need to get my physical fitness up a lot more.
It's not a move that you need to win.
That's true. Yeah. I mean,
it's more of a want.
Yeah, it is. It's a want, not a need. I think. I mean, really, the only need is to have like a style that you're really, really committed to. I think like you don't really need moves.
I mean, even then, like, because for a long time, since I was entering all-style battles, like, I hated on a lot because I was the B-boy. Yeah. But I'm like, I'd get far out of win, though. Uh-huh. So, and everyone was pushing me to learn a different style. But I'm just like, have you watched Naruto at all?
No, I haven't.
Nah. But basically, there's, like, different types of styles, you know?
Okay.
And there's this one guy, instead of learning all those styles, he learns his style. Like, he doesn't have any powers.
Okay.
He learns straight hands, you know?
Okay.
And he can tell raw at it. It's called taijutsu.
Okay.
Shout out to Rock Lee, that's his name. But that's pretty much how I look at my style. It's like, instead of learning all these other styles, why don't I just master my style so I can do it in whatever world? I could do it against a crumper or a b-boy to whatever music.
Is that the dude with the bowl cut?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I feel like.
Yeah, everyone's trying to teach him other stuff in the show, but he can't learn anything else, so he just masters his style.
Yeah, and he just gets hella tight at that.
Yeah,
that's tight. Yeah, I mean that's breaking.
Yeah, and so that's how I try to look at myself.
Yeah. No, I think that's good. So what would you call your style if you had a name for it?
I'd probably just call it that, taijutsu.
Taijutsu? Okay. I don't know what that means, but.
Well, for a while, everyone was saying I look like Thesis, which is like.
You look like him?
As far as like I break like him. I think that's what it was too, because the same thing with me getting looks like you. I'm light complected. I'm skinny. I've the same skin tone as Thesis, so maybe that's why. And then I was getting compared to Rockstride a lot. But I watched their footage a lot to literally make sure I don't do none of their moves, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't say. Well, okay. I could see maybe a small correlation where you guys, all three of you guys have very like intricate, like small movement and lots of movement stacked onto each other. And in that sense, yeah, it's maybe that's the type of similar. But in terms of the way it looks, I don't think it looks anything like either of them. But I guess in concept, yeah, maybe a little bit, just because. But I think that's a very, because I use that same concept myself, so I don't think it's an uncommon thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like to have lots of small moves stacked onto each other, rather than just.
And that's how we have to approach it when we have to go against these big name b-boys with the big moves. I'm gonna throw you with, I'm gonna hit you with a bunch of little punches instead of a KO type thing.
Yeah, no, I always called it like a flow up instead of a blow up.
Yeah.
You're like building up all this stuff, and so then when you hit your little shitty elbow freeze
at the end,
it's like a really big move, but it was just a shitty elbow freeze, you know.
It's just when I did that elbow freeze, I did like a thread tap or something.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot going on in it. You know, I mean, one of the things I've always tried to do when I break is, and I guess maybe to explain it is I could point to Dizzy, because when I was young, when I first started breaking, probably like 16, 15 years old or something, I seen Dizzy breaking, and he did this weird little like, I don't know, his legs were he was just doing like some footwork, and he just kind of like kicked his leg up and did something weird, and it just looked like he was floating. And I don't know if it was just the angle from the video or what, but I watched him do that move like 50 times, and I was like, I don't understand what the hell he's doing, and like it just blew my mind. And I was like, I want everybody who sees me break to think
get
like
that same feeling.
To be like they had to rewatch it multiple times to be like, holy shit, what is this guy doing? You know, like you want to cheer, but you also want to figure out what it was. It's a puzzle, you know. And so I really like that. And so when I saw him do that, I think what I ended up seeing is footage from the other side of that move, that same move, and I realized he just did a little kick into a CC, and I was like, fuck, dude, it's just a basic move, but it blew my mind.
All style.
Yeah. And so it told me that it doesn't matter the move, it matters like how you swing it your way. And if you focus on doing that, you'll have a dope style. Because I really loved, you know, Dizzy's style from like the 2000.
Yeah, no, he's so unique compared to everybody.
Yeah, he just really stood out, and it's because he looked like he was floating, you know, and so I just loved that. And
with those crazy legs, just
yeah.
Sorry.
And so he was just floating around, and yeah, I don't know. So that's kind of what I try to do, and so the goal is to like surprise you with whatever I can put in there, you know. So
Yeah, same. I'm trying to be spontaneous,
okay, yeah,
but also organized.
yeah. No, it's hard to do because yeah, you're organizing your moves, but you also want it to like just come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
too.
look random.
Yeah, it's
Look unplanned.
yeah, look unplanned, and that's, I guess that goes back to what I was talking about before, where you make a really dope sequence of moves, you train it so much that it's just like your reaction, and then you just forget about it, you know, and then it just happens, like almost like you train like in boxing or something or fighting, and someone like strikes you and you block and then immediately like throw a punch or a kick or something. It's like that kind of reaction is what I'd like to accomplish with that.
Yes.
You know,
My creative process always came like pretty easy for me, but then it's like the applying part as far as like getting out there and not forgetting. Or just I really like entering battles like crazy just to really train being comfortable. I feel like that's the hardest part to me. For me, the hardest part was being comfortable. But now I'm super comfortable. Like when I battle, like I'm not stressing as much anymore. I'm not overthinking.
Yeah.
I more get the nerves when my name is called. But once I get up there and get out there, it's like,
yeah.
all right, well,
No, yeah,
just rocking it.
I feel that I'm probably similar in this sense. Like the creation process for me is easy. I just go, you know, it's easy for me to just sit down and just make up like 10 moves,
Yeah.
in a row, just in an hour or whatever. But like turning that into like good battle material and then being comfortable with throwing it out in a battle, that's a huge process for me. Like it takes, I mean, I have moves in that I haven't thrown in a battle ever because of that. And I don't know how often I'm really going to be battling nowadays.
When
anyway,
you get to the point to where it's like, is this dope enough to use in a battle? Then you're like, this move's also kind of a 50-50 move, you know?
Yeah. Well, see, I'll get to the point where it's like a move that's like 90%, but I'm like, I don't know though. Yeah, I don't know if I want to throw it.
You gotta throw them. Yeah, just throw them.
Yeah, there is a little bit of just throw it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you even crash it, like, what's the big deal? I mean, yeah, you're gonna lose the battle, but I mean, whatever. Like, there's another battle.
It's just hard to throw those at the big jams. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw those at the little jams or in the prelims.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that I think is the importance of entering like smaller jams, smaller events, like, and just getting out there
To see what works.
seeing what works. You know, actually, what I used to do a lot back when I did Kings games and then I did Warriors games is whenever we would go and do like some kind of freestyle dance, I would just throw my new moves and just see if I can get a reaction from the crowd or from the people I'm like doing the performance with, like just to throw it out there. Like, cause there's enough pressure there that you got to perform it well, but
Yeah, because if you mess up, it's a lot of people watching.
yeah, but also you don't have these like, you know, these like, I don't know, nitpicky ass B-boys like going like, oh, you didn't have your leg like this perfect way.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It's easy to, like, I love doing the Kings game so much, dude. I did
Yeah.
it for 3 seasons?
Mm-hmm.
2 seasons. This would have been my 3rd season.
Okay.
But impressing a non-dance crowd is just so easy, you know?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and but see, I think
It's not as much pressure.
But trying like little weird things and seeing if they would react to that
Yeah, I feel
is
you.
like, I think it means a lot because then it means I'm kind of onto something. You know, if
Yeah.
I can get someone who doesn't know shit about breaking, but they actually were like, oh, that's
Like, that
kinda
was tight,
cool.
and it
Yeah.
wasn't a power move.
Yeah, exactly. So it means that I was onto something. So I just needed to take that, work with it a little bit more, and get it to be, you know, battle ready or whatever. It gives you a lot of confidence in the move too, you know, because a lot of times you're just fucking messing around and flopping and.
We're all looking for the oohs and ahs.
Yeah. That's ultimately what a freaking judge is doing.
Yeah.
They're just doing. They're like points for this. That's just a ooh and a ah, really, in their mind. Yeah, I don't know. I think everybody's out there trying to do too much like calculus with fucking judging and stuff, but it's ultimately they're just going, oh, that guy oohed me. I oohed and awed for that dude more than this one. Yeah. Well, so we're hitting an hour, so we should probably close the show up. I want to talk to you a little bit about your predictions for the future.
As far as breaking?
Yeah, in the hip hop scene, the breaking scene, just overall dance scene.
I would like it to go to where, like, I really like how Nightwalkers is doing it, as far as like we have a platform with music. You know, music's our platform as dancers.
Okay.
So it would be dope if if we get shows out to where the dancers are the headliners over the artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Or even like artists that are dancers. Like King's in a perfect position because he's also a dancer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, you just got to put out your own product and then also have the dance. Because we don't get paid enough, I feel, you know?
Yeah.
Compared to like a music artist.
Yeah, definitely. And
so I would like to see just different types of things and opportunities for us, which...
It's a weird market though, because
it's hard
like
to sell.
when you look at it's hard to sell. That's I think the thing is because like music, it's like almost everybody loves music. I mean, at least they'll find some style of music that they like, but just strictly breaking, I don't know how easy that is to market to somebody. I think a lot of people like it.
That's why you got to market it with the music.
Yeah. It's I think as it alone. I think it could easily be some kind of like new emerging sport or something. But I don't know if we're quite set up for that yet, just because like for it to be a sport, like say like mixed martial arts or something, there needs to be a fandom behind that, you know?
Yeah.
And so there's not really that, I think, yet. I mean, I guess
there is
behind...
Real BC1 and stuff like that.
It's like, it's B-boys and B-girls, I think, but we need some...
Our own people, yeah.
Yeah, it's our own people, yeah. It's the same people that are going to the event no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like we need to also get other people out there, and I don't know how to get
dancers.
I don't know how to get them interested. That's, I mean, maybe with the Olympics, that'll help.
I'm sure.
You know, all the shows that are on TV with like the, what is it, World of Dance and... So You Think You Can Dance and stuff. I think those help too.
I just feel like if, because there's not much of a middle gap. If those giant platforms and these little tiny jams just made a medium range of where like you win $2,000 at most jams. If most jams won $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, you know,
I see what you're saying.
That'd be dope. Instead of just one jam out of the whole year wins $1 million, like the Water Dance Show. You know, that's super hard, and millions of people are gonna go. It's gonna be way harder.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no. I don't know how to fix that other than
it's not enough room for everybody to eat.
There's, I feel like the banking on winning prizes is gonna be a bad model to like, I guess make a living from breaking, because you're gonna have high times
and that's times. Why the silverback or UDEF or whatever was so dope, because even if you don't get in the first place, you're still getting paid out like golf. Yeah. All the way down to 16th, 32nd place, you're getting paid. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how their business model was to allow for that. I mean, maybe it was just that Steve Graham was just pumping hella money into the thing and just, you know, giving it away or whatever.
Ross One, we need the answers.
Yeah, we need the answers, dude. Give us the answers. But yeah, no, I think somewhere in the model needs to be like prize money for sure, but also like money to be made just from being a dancer, performing or doing whatever.
And that's what Nightwalkers is doing. So I went on tour with Nightwalkers. Okay. Brian Dang's running that with Zay Ills is his name. That's his dance name. Yeah. And but yeah, Brian Dang is pushing Nightwalkers real tough. A bunch of dancers has been taking us on tour, setting us up with exhibitions in different states.
Oh, so you're just battling somebody?
Yeah. So I've done it like 3 seasons now. That's now.
Sick.
So I've like battled people like Ali from Knucklehead Zoo.
Oh yeah, he's dope.
These guys from Portland. We battled some guys in the Bay. We battled Zick from Completely Fresh. I battled him one-on-one
he's dope.
in LA. They just set us up with a bunch of exhibitions just to get us out there.
That's tight. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. I would love to see like a league or something. You know, like a breaking league.
Well, that's what Kobe was trying to get going with Break Bread, but I don't know if he's gonna keep pushing it or not.
Yeah, because
the light stopped flashing on the GoPro. Does that mean?
Oh, that means it's dead. Which means we should probably end this. What I was gonna say was that I think a lot of people love the idea of sports teams. And so something like where you're getting your super team together or whatever, and then to go up against this other like team somewhere else, I think is really fun for people, you know, for the scene to see. Yeah. So I feel like if there was like a league that was kind of like that, you could have kind of this sports aspect to breaking, and I'm curious if that would somehow generate some money. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple breaking leagues that people have tried to get started,
Yeah.
but I feel like I don't think they're pulling revenue in like that.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, it's not set up like that because again, I think you need a fandom behind
And
it.
then
So
you have a lot of b-boys that hate too, like,
yeah,
because they're all like, oh, you guys are culture vultures, or this is more of an art form, it shouldn't be a sport. But at the same time, it's like we all are competitive.
Yeah.
You know?
No, exactly. Yeah. Well, we're in the stage of like, if you look at mixed martial arts, like when UFC first came around, and they were just like, whatever the fuck happens, just, you know, you have to keep it inside this cage and don't kill nobody. You know, I think we're at that stage. Well, we're before that stage because our UFC doesn't exist. Like UDEF kind of was maybe gonna be that, or maybe BC1 has something that was gonna be that, but we don't have that yet. So we're just kind of in this Wild West moment when now we're coming into like the Olympics, and we need to start figuring out rules and stuff. And now you look at UFC, they've had many years to figure out the rules and flesh it out over the years. So now it's like this very well-defined sport there, and as that sport grew, like the fandom grew too. So I feel like if we all study a little bit like how UFC rose to power, and there's probably other stuff too, like X Games too, actually. If we all study those and how they came up with the scene, I think maybe that'll help like give clarity to how we should probably do this too.
What works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
I think the Olympics is going to be huge, just pivot for us as far as pushing us up to that level.
Yeah.
I mean, people are hating on it, but I like it. I think it's going to be good.
I think it's tight. It's a good opportunity for sure.
I forgot who it was. Who was saying that the Youth Olympics was the most watched sport out of all the sports.
The Breaking Youth Olympics?
Yeah, out of all the sports, adult and youth.
Dude,
It's
breaking
pull a
is
crowd. It's
breaking
freaking
is
dope.
fun to watch. I think it's just people need to like see it and like.
And yeah, once they see and understand like the battle and see the judging and understand how it works, like they're gonna go, oh, this is hot.
Like,
and they're quick. It's like 5 minutes, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
a battle is 3 minutes long, maybe.
How often do people who don't know about breaking like come up to you and say like, oh, you do that pop locking or whatever? Like they just don't know anything.
Yeah.
Like they don't know anything about it, and so it's like that's like, I guess, going up to I don't know, yeah, like a mixed martial arts fighter and saying like, oh, you do that like sword fighting or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like clear that they've never been exposed to like anything even remotely close to what it looks like. So I don't know. I feel like once we can get some people into it and involved a little bit and see it,
and they're all gonna get paid, you know.
Yeah.
If you're in the Olympics, you're gonna get paid.
Yeah.
Win or lose, you're gonna get paid for sure. And you're gonna have a sponsor. You're gonna have TV eyes on you. There's gonna be some company out there that wants to put their logo on your shirt.
Yeah.
So everyone's gonna get paid.
I hope it's done right, because if it's done right, it could be a really big.
I'm sure it will be. I mean,
notable.
whoever gets a gold, it'd be so sick to see a b-boy on a Wheaties box at Safeway. You know?
Yeah, that'd be sick. That would be dope. Hopefully they're looking good, but not busted.
Yeah. I'm sure to be some Asian or Russian kid on there doing a freeze, you know.
Probably Japan is gonna win this year, or no, actually maybe like Russia or Ukraine.
I mean, we got 4 years.
Yeah, I guess that's
as
true.
far as the American b-boys. I
Yeah.
can see Zeku, Vicious Victor, and they're killing it.
Yeah, man, I remember someone was asking me if I was gonna do it, and I'm like, hell no. You know how old I'll be? Like,
I have a hell of people.
like
I
37.
had so many friends tag me in it. I'm like, I'm gonna go. To be honest, it's in Paris, bro.
I'd love to go and be there, but I mean, yeah, I don't know what would happen in.
They're not gonna do it top 16.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to win a qualifier.
It would be like any of the other Olympics, I would think, is like they have like a pre-Olympics thing to like trials to make it to it.
To me, I mean, BC1 has the best platform for it. Everyone gets paid. Even if you lose at BC1, you still get paid. Like 1,500.
I mean, and that's because they are making money from what they're producing. They're producing a show, a well-produced show that people are watching. They're marketing their product. They're getting something out of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So there's actually
and that's one, like you're gonna have like multiple sponsors now.
I mean, and that's how they do all the extreme events, like the skateboarding and everything, bike jumping and stuff. Like it's a sponsored event from Red Bull, and they use their marketing budget to do it, and they have huge marketing budgets. And so all the other companies that have these huge marketing budgets, they need to see that breaking is something that actually draws a huge crowd, and they want to get their product into there. You know, I think some companies have been seeing it. I definitely think Red Bull is just kind of like,
Oh, I'm sure they're sitting back waiting for the call. You know,
yeah, like
the
they're
main monster.
like they're just. I feel like they're probably like, hey, we're in this market, and like I ain't gonna tell nobody about this because we're like
Making hella
killing
money.
it here.
Yeah.
We're killing it here, and nobody else. You know, we got like this monopoly on this
Yeah,
scene.
when you make $1
essentially.
million at that one event throughout the year, and you only have to pay the price, what, $10,000?
Yeah.
It's nothing.
It's nothing, yeah. I mean, and even honestly, even if the event didn't pull in money, it's the eyes. They want to get the eyes on it.
Well, you're
you
gonna
know?
get views from YouTube and
Exactly.
all the other stuff.
Exactly. I mean, you have a monopoly on how many people break in the world? Like millions, right?
Yeah.
So you got all those eyes on you, and you have a monopoly on it. Basically, Red Bull is the breaking company. So all those eyes, all those millions of eyes are on Red Bull.
That's
It's
why
like,
Monster.
I mean,
jumped in there
that
too.
equals money. You know what I mean? So that's how they can do that. That's how they can justify it. So I think easily some other companies can come in and be like, hey, we want to get a piece of this action too.
Sunny D or something.
Sunny D. You don't need to do breaking. You can just come to this podcast.
Sunny B boy.
Sunny B-boy. That's dope. Yeah, well, hey, this has been a good discussion, man. I really enjoyed it. Where can people find you?
You want my address or?
Yeah, no, what's your address? What social security number too? Bank information?
Facebook, man. Anthony Lemus. Instagram, ant_toe_knee 916.
Antony.
Easy peasy.
Dope, man. Well, thanks for coming on, man. I think
Thanks
this
for
was
having me.
great.
Grandpa's house is real nice.
Yeah. And thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry, this show sucks.